Welcome back to my channel. Stay tuned to our channel for sports and entertainment news all the time. Please subscribe the channel. Boxing Scenes Midweek Mailbag. What's next for Oleksandr Usyk and Manny Pacquiao? In this week's Mailbag, we tackle your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's draw with Mario Barrios and what should be next for the Hall of Famer, Oleksandr Usyk's standout rematch win over Daniel Dubois, and what should come next for both the victor and the vanquished, and what we learned from this past weekend's other big rematch between Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu. Want to be featured in the Mailbag? Comment or ask a question in the comments section below. Submissions may be edited for length and clarity. We also may select readers' comments from other boxing scene stories. I like Manny Pacquiao's chances more against Gervonta "Tank" Davis than against Rolando "Rolly" Romero, and here's why. Tank is more of a counterpuncher who doesn't like to take many risks or throw many punches in the ring. Rolly Romero is the complete opposite. He does let his hands go, takes risks, and will fight to pursue Manny. Playing the counterpunching role with Pacquiao at this stage of his career won't work. One is going to have to take the fight to the old man, like Mario Barrios started to do in the 10th round, in order to defeat him. I say this because Manny still throws good combos and puts his punches together in bunches well, even at the advanced age of 46. Champion forever. Ryan Songalia's response: I tend to agree with this analysis. One thing I noticed during Saturday's fight is that, while Pacquiao has always been at a physical disadvantage by fighting welterweights who will outweigh him by 15 to 20 pounds, the risk makes less sense now because his speed advantage isn't as pronounced as it had been. Freddie Roach had always told me that Pacquiao could make 135 pounds if he wanted to, and that 140 pounds would be a better weight class for him to be competing in, as he sometimes had difficulty maintaining a weight above 140 in training. Tank Davis is probably the best drawing fighter in America aside from Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he is much smaller physically than Romero or Barrios. It depends which version of Davis shows up, as Pacquiao has traditionally struggled with counterpunchers. See Juan Manuel Marquez, and Davis, when he's on, is one of the most dangerous counterpunchers of the last decade. I wouldn't discount Davis off the Lamont Roach fight, as Roach's technical skill gave fewer openings for Davis to work with, which slowed him down and allowed Roach to take over in the second half of their fight. Still, Davis is probably passive enough to give up rounds, which isn't something you can afford to do with someone as experienced as Pacquiao. I still think a Barrios rematch is the way to go for Pacquiao. He has unfinished business there, and Barrios' habit of fighting off of what his opponent does means he's still there to be out-hustled to a decision. Usyk Parker is preferable to Usyk Cabale. I'd be more than happy with Oleksandr Usyk defending against Joseph Parker, maybe in Poland, although I'm sure Usyk could sell out Wembley Stadium in his own right. I like Parker because he boxes smart. No one is going to beat Usyk, but I'd pay to watch that one. I personally don't see the appeal of an Ajit Cabale bout, but to each their own. I'm not interested in watching the youngsters challenging Oleksandr. They should have their own World Boxing Super Series after the champion has put his slippers on. There will be enough belts to go around to make lots of knockout format fights popular, and also hopefully a tournament will stop anyone just holding one belt hostage forever. Pulmonary emboli. Owen Lewis's response: I'd also be happy with an Usyk Parker fight, but I'm plenty intrigued by the style matchup Usyk and Cabale would produce. Every time Usyk fights, we have to listen to takes of how he's vulnerable to the body because Artur Beterbiev once dropped him with a shot in the amateurs. It's an overblown narrative, but Usyk has been hurt to the body before. And Cabale is a vicious body puncher. He also has the fierce work rate that seems necessary just to hang with the heavyweight king. If you haven't seen Cabale's destruction of Zhilei Zhang in full, I recommend watching it. I'd sign up for Cabale against anybody after that. As for a heavyweight WBSS after Usyk retires, sign me up. To me, his legacy will primarily be one of bravery and efficiency. In just 6 years at heavyweight, he unified the division, fighting and beating every big name besides Deontay Wilder, who had severely declined by the point Usyk could feasibly have fought him. What better way to continue his example and maintain the division's hot streak